Welcome back to the deep dive. So, if you're joining us today, you probably feel like you've been running on this wellness treadmill that just keeps speeding up. You're checking all the boxes. You've got the meditation apps, the self-help books. You're planning your career, eating better. But, despite all that effort, the one thing you really need, energy, it just never seems to go up.
Right.
You still feel stuck, tired, and honestly just deeply frustrated.
It's that feeling of futility, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's exhausting. You're doing all the work, but the outcome is, well, zero change.
Exactly.
And that's because you're pouring all this high-quality energy, all these good habits, into a system that simply can't hold it. You're pouring water into a tank with a huge, gaping leak.
That analogy it hits home so powerfully. We're all frantically pouring water in, convinced that if we just find a better bucket or a faster one, the tank will fill up.
Yeah, more.
But the real problem is that most of us don't even know where the biggest leak actually is. We might be, focused on patching up some tiny pinprick leak.
Well, the entire foundation of the tank is just completely compromised. And we waste so many resources on those tiny leaks. And then we burn out because the main drain is still wide open.
So our mission today is to, stop adding more tasks and start finding that one single point of failure.
Precisely.
And to do that, to locate that one giant leak, we've put together a sort of self-diagnostic tool we're calling the frequency audit. And the goal is singular. Identify your primary leak so you can focus, say, 80% of your resources right there, because the golden rule of sustainable growth is really simple.
Fix the largest leak first.
Yes, fix the largest leak first, and the rest of your system starts to stabilize on its own. You stop patching the roof when the foundation is cracking.
And this deep dive is really designed to give you that clarity. But it does demand one thing above all else.
And what's that?
Radical, just uncompromising honesty.
That brings us to the ground rules for actually doing this audit. If you really want to get insight here, you need a little discipline. So, rule number 1, your answers have to reflect the last 30 days.
Right. Not just today.
Not the perfect day you had last Tuesday, and definitely not some ideal future you. What's the pattern?
That 30-day window, it forces us to look at consistency. And consistency or lack of it, that's the definition of leak. Patterns define you, not fluctuations.
Okay, rule 2 is simple. Don't answer to look good. This is a conversation with yourself for you.
Nobody else is listening.
But the third rule, this one is the key. This is where the insight is. If you read a checklist item and it makes you feel stung, or you immediately argue with it in your head.
Like, no, that's not true. I'm fine there.
Yes, that reaction is the truth. That internal resistance is your biggest clue.
Discomfort signals truth. And that leads to the last rule, number 4. Accepting I am struggling right now, or, I am broken in this one area. That is an act of courage. It's not weakness.
You can't plug a hole until you admit it's there.
Exactly.
So once we find the area, we need to grade it. We've broken life down into 4 foundational frequencies: body, mind, love, and work. Each one has 8 checklist items, and you'll score yourself from 0 to 2.
Right. So 0 means you rarely or, never do this. 1 is inconsistent. Some days you do, some days you don't. And 2 means it's a consistent habit. It's just normal for you.
So with 8 items, the max score for any area is 16. Just keep track of those 4 numbers as we go.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's jump into the frequencies. We have to start with the absolute non-negotiable foundation, the physical structure. We call it the body audit.
Your biological hardware, your nervous system.
And why is it the foundation?
Because if the hardware is unstable, your fancy software, your willpower, your plans, your sharp mind, it can't run.
Yeah.
Not effectively. Your intentions could be perfect, but if the machine is stuck in fight or flight, all that effort is just wasted.
So what are the critical checklist items here? It's not just about counting hours of sleep, it's about sleep quality. Are you waking up genuinely refreshed? Or do you feel just exhausted the second the alarm goes off?
We also look at simple grounding things. Like, can you manage just 5 minutes of total stillness without a screen, without your phone, any stimulus at all?
And when we talk about being in your body, what does that actually mean? It can sound a little esoteric.
It can, but it's really practical.
So what is it?
It means you're not just floating above yourself all the time. You're not numb. You don't have that constant tension in your shoulders or your gut that you don't even notice until you force yourself to relax.
If you feel tense all the time, you are leaking energy.
Absolutely. The leak signs for the body are, they're pretty obvious. Chronic fatigue, brain fog where tiny decisions feel huge, getting irritated really quickly. And this is the most reliable one.
The stimulants.
Reliance on chemical stimulants.
Yeah.
If you need multiple coffees or sugar hits just to get past noon, your body frequency is in critical condition. If this score is low, you have to stop trying to fix anything else.
That's such a key point. If the hardware is failing, everything else is wasted effort.
Okay, so let's move up a layer to the operating system, the mind audit.
Right.
This isn't about how smart you are. It's about mental clarity and managing all that thought trash that builds up.
Well, it's checking for mental flow here, processing power. If your body is stable, can your mind actually function clearly? A key item is, can you interrupt those cyclic, obsessive thoughts?
With what, though? How?
With simple tools. Your breath, a moment of stillness, just stopping the loop.
But how can people know if they're really using stillness or just, ignoring the problem?
It comes down to making distinctions. Can you tell the difference between real intuition, which is usually quiet, a deep knowing, and just anxiety?
Which is loud.
Loud, frantic, and always focused on the worst case scenario. If you are constantly taking advice from your fear, your mind is leaking energy.
I think another big struggle for people here is just action. Can you make small decisions on your own, what to eat, what to work on, without needing to pull all your friends? And here's the one that often brings that sting we talked about. Are you fooling yourself with these nice spiritual sounding phrases like, I've already let go, or I'm trusting the universe?
Ouch.
When you're really just using them to escape reality and avoid a painful truth. That denial is a massive mental leak.
Yeah, that denial costs us so much time and energy. The signs of a leaking mind frequency are pretty clear. Overthinking that leads to total inaction, painfully slow decisions.
And using fear as your ultimate compass in life.
Okay, so moving from the self, we get to our energy flow with others, the love audit. And this is really about boundaries and emotional safety. It doesn't matter what your relationship status is.
Right. We often forget that bad relationships are they're the energy sinkholes of life. They drain you more than any job ever could.
So a vital checklist item here is clarity. Do you know, really clearly what kind of relationship you want? Not just a happy one, but the specific behaviors you need.
The boundary checks are huge too. Can you set a boundary, say no, ask for space, without immediately feeling guilty or angry or just wanting to run away?
And here's a huge leak, one that traps so many of us. Are you still investing time and hope and emotion into people who are fundamentally unclear about their commitment to you?
Pouring yourself into ambiguity is just pure energy loss.
It's like pouring water on the sand.
Exactly. We also check the self-respect rule. Are you trading your self-respect just to keep someone around because you're scared of being alone? Or using a relationship to try and fill a black hole inside you?
If your love frequency is leaking, you know it. You keep attracting the same bad patterns. You're always overgiving until you're exhausted. Or you just feel like your relationships drain your battery instead of charging it.
Finally, we get to the output frequency, the work audit. This is about flow and execution, contribution. It's not just about your paycheck.
No, it's about turning your intentions into something real. So we look at how you start things. Can you begin work without needing to feel 100% ready or perfectly motivated?
And can you stop the endless tweaking? Can you finish the work and send it, even if it's not perfect?
Consistency is everything here. Are you taking those reliable, small, micro actions towards your goals?
And that procrastination, that slow start, it often leads to the most painful leak sign of all.
It is.
Doing a massive amount of invisible work with no tangible outcome. You work hard, you stay late, but nothing ever gets finished. It's just wasted effort.
Why do we fall into that trap? Is it just about not being focused?
It usually comes back to this one final check. Are you tying your self-worth to daily external results? For example, if this post gets low engagement, it means I'm worthless.
Oh, that's a dangerous one.
If your identity is constantly on the line based on what other people think, your work frequency is deeply unstable. And that causes procrastination because you're terrified of being judged.
Okay, so you've done the audit. You have 4 scores, each out of 16. Let's tally them up.
All right. 0 to 5 is the danger zone. That's a severe leak. 6 to 10 is unstable, some good days, a lot of bad days. And 11 to 16 is strong. That area's working pretty well.
Now for the most critical step. This is the one that stops that burnout loop. Selecting your primary leak.
And the rule is strict. You must not try to fix all 4 areas at the same time. You focus only on the one with the absolute lowest score.
That lowest score, that's where 80% of your energy is draining away. You have to fix that first.
But what if there's a tie? This is the crucial tiebreaker rule. Let's say your body score is a 4 and your work score is also a 4.
What do?
You are obligated to choose body first, always,
So why the non-negotiable priority on the body?
because your nervous system is the container. If the tank itself is broken, any energy you try to bring in through better work habits or anything else will just flow right back out. A stable nervous system is the prerequisite for everything else.
And if body is stable, say a 12, but mind and love are tied for the lowest.
Then you choose the one that's causing you the most immediate current pain, one that's stressing you out today. Focus your resources there for relief.
Got it. So once you've picked your single target, you need a plan. I've got 2 repair paths. First is the 7-day quick stabilize. This is like an emergency fix for when you feel completely overwhelmed.
Right. This is minimum effort for maximum return. So for a body leak, days 1 and 2, just 7 rounds of long, slow, deep exhale breaths.
Yeah.
That's it. You're just telling your nervous system you're safe.
Simple. And for mind leaks?
Days 3 and 4, 60 seconds of a silent self-check. Just ask, what am I feeling right now?
Yep.
Just name the emotion, no judgment.
For action leaks, days 5 and 6, you target a micro habit. Don't try to finish a whole project. Just commit to opening the work file or writing 1 sentence. That tiny win rebuilds consistency. And day 7 is the soul check. Do 1 small thing you know your future self will thank you for. It breaks that cycle of only doing what feels good right now.
Now, if you're ready for a more permanent shift, we move to the 14-day code repair. This is about identifying the whole chain of failure. The trigger, the pattern, the payoff, the cost, and ultimately, the identity it creates.
So you actually write it out.
You write it out. Loneliness at 8 p.m. is the trigger. I scroll my phone for an hour is the pattern. The payoff is distraction. The cost is fatigue and self-contempt.
And then you create the new code.
Exactly. Week 1 is just about consistency with a small new behavior. Turning off the phone at 9 p.m., setting 1 boundary. And you only score yourself 0 or 1. Did I do it or not? No excuses.
And this is where that identity part you mentioned comes in. You're not just doing a new thing.
You're changing the story. You go from saying I'm a procrastinator to I am someone who honors my commitments by starting small.
So in week 2, you scale it up a little, but you also use boundaries to cut off the old triggers. If the trigger for a love leak is a toxic person calling, the boundary is letting it go to voicemail.
You stop the leak from even starting, while you're reinforcing the new positive habit that aligns with who you want to be.
So stop trying to save the whole house at once. The entire point of this whole audit is radical prioritization.
Find the biggest hole and put all of your attention there.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Sustainable growth.
Yeah.
It's not about trying to jump higher every single day. It's about the discipline of plugging that one primary leak. Once that largest drain is closed, the energy you take in good sleep, healthy food, things you learn, it doesn't just vanish, it accumulates inside you. And the rest of your life starts to improve almost automatically with so much less struggle.
The returns on that focused effort are exponential.
Go do your frequency audit, find that leak, and just start fixing it today. We hope this deep dive gave you the clarity you needed to prioritize your energy. Thanks for being with us.
We'll talk soon.